If you're wondering how to market your small business on LinkedIn, this video was made especially for you. Chances are you're new to business and you're wondering, how do I attract the right buyers? How do I generate leads? Or you're already in business and you're focused on a lead source and you want to diversify by jumping on LinkedIn. Either way, our goal today is to give you the best strategies for how to market effectively on LinkedIn. All right, so first and foremost, when you're looking to lead generate on LinkedIn, you have to know who your buyer is, right? There's no way we can successfully attract a buyer if we're not crystal clear on who that buyer is, okay? So first think about, who is it that you're trying to attract? What are some identifiers about them? So when we work with women in the big money movement, ways that we might identify a buyer are by industry, by region, by their motivators, what does the problem look like for them right now, by job title, things that help you identify patterns. And the reason why this is so important is because messaging is the bedrock of your efforts. If you want to be successful in lead generation, your messaging has to be on point. And the only way for the messaging to be on point is for us to really understand the buyer. Once we understand the buyer, you want to dive in and really get into what we call qualifying and quantifying the cost of the status quo. So what does business as usual look like for your buyer right now? How are they approaching the problem that you solve right now? What are the solutions or transformation that they're looking for? What type of technology are they leveraging? What does the buying decision look like? The better that you're able to understand the status quo of your buyer, the more effective and targeted we can be in our efforts on LinkedIn. So you've done all your diligence, right? Strategy first. And then it's time to start to take all those insights, everything that you know about this particular buyer, and start to reach out to them and communicate in that buyer's language. Which brings me, Cheryl, to talk about how you take action when you have that.
So once you've gone through all of those steps, then you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And there is a specific methodology that you can use in the big money movement to optimize that profile. So optimizing your profile means you're speaking in the buyer's language, as we've mentioned, but from there also, I call it a bridge. You want to give them a bridge to get to you, right? So you want to talk about them first, then give them a little bit of a bridge so that you can then talk about what you do and how you have already supported people to get to the outcome, or you do support people getting to the outcome. From there, you want to activate your network. Always start with your close network, right? So you want to activate your warm network. Let them know what's new. What are you doing? What are they up to, right? So when you're reaching out to them, it's not all about just what you're doing. You want to find out what they're doing, because they may be connected to people that you're not aware of based on things that they have going on. And then from there, you want to engage with your network. Engaging with your network looks like this. You're not only posting things and expecting people to engage on your posts and comments, but you want to go in and actually not just, oh, this is great, congratulations, this looks good. You actually want to give your thoughts, because that's going to help your buyer understand your methodology, your thinking, the way you approach the market, the way you approach problems. If you disagree with something, all of those things come up. The other thing that we use, and I believe this is someone else's quote, and I can't quote it exactly, so I won't call out a name, but I always say you want to deposit, withdraw. So you want to deposit, withdraw, meaning that you want to give value to the buyer or give value to your network first before you ask for something in return.
I love it. It makes me think of, when we talk about network, you know, LinkedIn is such a powerful force, and there's so many clients that we've worked with, and we ask them, if you audit your LinkedIn profile, does your LinkedIn network reflect your in-person network, right? Because oftentimes we think about LinkedIn, it's all about the business of people and relationships and, you know, referrals and word of mouth. And so when you talk about activating and engaging your network, make sure that if you have past employers or past associates or past clients, existing clients, that you're actually connected with them on LinkedIn, because those are the people who already know, like, and trust you, for lack of a better phrase. And they are the people who are going to provide that social proof, so that when you are reaching out to new buyers, they can see, oh, wow, look at the conversations that they're having with their existing network. And it's like that transfer of trust. Right. So I think that's really important. When we think about LinkedIn, We each year have our event, Corporate Client Attraction Live. And with Corporate Client Attraction Live, we bring executive buyers to our event to talk about what they're looking for, how they want to be engaged, right? So they're telling us, here's how to reach out to us, and here's how not to reach out to us. And what's interesting is in almost every single one of those conversations, LinkedIn often comes up.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Yeah, the percentage of buyers that are actually doing their research on either their problem or their solutions, it's like 84%, right? In the business to business space.
Yeah.
If your services, products touch a buyer in the business to business sector, you want to be on LinkedIn and you want to be visible and doing all the things that we've mentioned so far.
I love it. So we talked about really like understanding the world of the buyer, knowing who the buyer is that you're trying to attract, making sure your LinkedIn profile speaks to that value, and then engaging your network, making deposits. I love that. Go, 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 right? Like give, 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 give. I also want to talk about too, the importance of authenticity, right? And your personal brand. One of the things that I really loved, we had Jacqueline Jones from LinkedIn at Corporate Client Attraction Live to share her insights on LinkedIn. And what was really just a breath of fresh air is she talked about the authenticity and the personal brand. And I think too often when we think about marketing on LinkedIn, we think of like putting on a mask and being stuffy and, you know, being really like just bland. And I realized that for so many of our clients, when they think about serving corporate, that's what they think it is.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was just a breath of fresh air to hear a buyer say, I want to get insights into who you are authentically, right? And I want to see your personality. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think that buyers truly want to know what your methodology is. What do you believe? What are your principles? What do you stand for? We've talked to people that potentially have a sleeve of tattoos and they want to cover them up. Now's really not the time for cover up. You have to be comfortable with what you're doing. But at the end of the day, buyers truly, this is the time for buyers to truly know who you are. So you can bring all of yourself to the table. You can disagree if you need to and let them know what points you have that are disruptive to maybe a thought they had. And sometimes that will make it better, right? They say diamonds only flourish with pressure, right?
Yes, 100%.
So things like that. So you want to make sure that, again, you're putting your own authentic, genuine self out there. And the more you do it, the more natural and comfortable it will become.
Love it. And so now you have your profile, you've engaged your network. And I also just want to underscore outreach. Reaching out, take action, have courage. You know, when you do all this work to research, identify insights, find data, and you find ways to just make the life of your buyer easier, reach out to them, invite them to conversations, invite them to insights-driven conversations or events. Just don't hide behind publishing content and worrying about vanity metrics, or what we call them, like how many people liked my post. It's like, are you actually reaching out, providing value, and inviting someone to a conversation with yourself?
Yeah. From an abundance mindset, literally, it's the quality of the conversations that will drive your business. So if you're connected to 100 people and you're having quality conversations with the majority of them, you're likely going to be more successful than the person that's connected to 22,000 people having conversation with 1% of them. So just start to look and see. And that also goes to your brand. Sometimes it is more, sometimes it's less, but at the end of the day, it's your business. So you have to really determine what's best.
I agree. Now, we've dropped some hints about how to effectively attract corporate clients, but I think we should go a little bit deeper. So if you really want to understand how you get corporate clients for your business, click the next video. We'll dive a little bit deeper and give you some more nuggets. See you there. Bye.